I'd like to begin with something which was triggered when we were all having a conversation outside. One of the people during the tea break said to me that, isn't this a great forum where there's so many women? Now I see more men than women in the room. But they said that, isn't it great that sometimes in forums like this, it's easier to express yourself. So without saying anything else, I would like to first bring in Ravneet. Ravneet and I were talking earlier, and she said that it's important for us to also understand where we're coming from. So when we talk about the future and we talk about a future vision, I think it's interesting to talk about where we are coming from and where we want to get. So Ravneet, I'd like you to make the first few comments, please.
I think being a woman, being a mother, being a professional for 25 years, having a job that requires a lot of travel and being away from home, it's a question of mindset to me about how society is accepting it and how society is changing it. I've seen over the last 20 years, just within our society, that it's now accepted that you're not there at a social function in the family, because if a man is traveling for work, it's accepted that the woman is, and you've got to respect that. I think that's where you start to see the small things in life that matter, that you start to see the change come through. I was at this place in Bhubaneswar. It's a small town in Bhubaneswar, and you would see, Orissa as a state needs a lot of progression and all that. And there was this university that's working towards employability for the marginalized community and also people below the poverty line. And I said to them that, what's that happening in that room? And they said, this is full of, women that want to be on their 2 feet. And these women are from the part of the society where even moving out of your house was not accepted. And I walked into that room, there were 100, young women from the age of 20 to 30, mothers, sisters, daughters, young girls, wanting to prove to the world that we can add value. And that we are ourselves and we want to be independent. To me, that was a sea change. In India, yes, you talk about entrepreneurship worldwide, people are accepting it, it's changing. But if you talk about India, we've gone through, the sea change, I think, and it's evolving, it's convulging. So I'm really optimistic about the future.
Thank you so much, Ravneet. I'd like to bring in, the other point was that why so many times when we say women and men, we are already dividing us into groups. But when we say entrepreneurs, I think the idea here is at the end of the day to say entrepreneurs and not say just women entrepreneurs or men entrepreneurs, but how do you bridge that understanding gap in which you're dividing people into segments. So here I'd like to bring in Sakshi because, Sakshi was mentioning that, going back to the old part where we're talking about women, she's saying that, she's in a business dominated by men. But at the same time, she's also in a business which is breaking barriers, not just in terms of genders, but in terms of the ideas that, some of the ideas that we are not used to for the last few years. So I'd like to bring in Sakshi here to comment something about...
Thank you. One of the things that we do at Cars on Rent is the self-drive product, where we are saying we are creating a car sharing network within the country, where you will really just be able to walk out of your house, find a car, unlock it through your mobile phone, and drive it around yourself, and drop it wherever you want to reach. So really saying how can I have much more smarter products in this segment, in this industry. Mobility solutions sort of runs in my blood. My father started Cars on Rent. We moved on to building newer products in this domain. And this self-drive segment is something that we are very, very positive about. This is where we see a lot of benefits coming out. How do we break the shackles of that Uncle G or even the Auntie G coming in and we depend, and as users we depending on them? How can I just give the power onto your hands, saying just drive around yourself wherever you want to in the city, and really helping the cities become better. How are we helping in the decongestion of the cities now? All those coming from Delhi, Bangalore, or Bombay, we're all familiar with the traffic situations in all cities and how it's a nightmare to, crawl our way across at various points of time. But how can mobility solutions really help in reducing the actual impact of the cars moving within the city? or reduce the addition of cars within cities. So those are some of the products that we are really working on, and I think that's an idea that also springs out from an objective that how can I think beyond what is conventional, and I know somebody was talking about the fact that why are women not thinking about ideas which male entrepreneur is thinking about. But it's important that we are able to become fearless in that sense and say that let me think beyond whatever is conventional, let me think beyond whatever is currently happening, or let me not just find a solution to a problem, let me actually understand what is a latent demand in the amongst the audience and start creating products around that.
Thanks, Sakshi. I'd like to again connect two different things. One is, of course, taking from what Sakshi said, that, increased and more innovative ways of improving mobility, especially for women. Again, this becomes a woman problem in one part also, because as all of us in the room, I'm sure lots of us travel a lot for work. And the Kali Pili taxi was an impossible thing to take from the airport at 11:30 at night when you've taken a late night flight. Radio cabs have changed that a lot. So taking that example, I'd like to now bring in the point that, one of the things we're talking about is, if we don't just say women entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs and people who've been successful in the same atmosphere that we all, I would say the same environment that we all exist in. That why are some people more successful and why aren't others so successful? Here I'd like to bring in Ritu because, one of the things someone mentioned earlier was that women, sometimes people don't take us seriously. But I would say, being someone in the media, perhaps people take a woman journalist more seriously than a man. So I think I would like to bring her in to say that what is her vision of actually getting to where we are, from where we are now?
As a woman entrepreneur getting into the internet space, I don't find being a woman a handicap at all. It's actually... and I'm doing all of that, from trying to set up an office to trying to reach out to overseas for partnerships to figuring out how to just get every little nut and bolt going, and I find absolutely no issue with that. I find being a woman not a handicap in any way. But what hasn't changed is the sheer ability to be able to get the woman workforce going without any of the shackles, as she mentioned, of just being able to get to work. So in fact, I'd like to reach out to her because I've actually realized that, I think genetically women have been very adaptable because society needed them to be. And I think the young woman today has used their adaptability to be innovative, to experiment, to be very creative with content. And I find, so I haven't picked women because I was consciously picking women. I just found them the more creative lot. But the problem that I deal with, the one problem I haven't been able to sort out is our shifts start at 5 in the morning and our shifts end at 12 in the night. Because news, that's the nature of news, right? We have to be up and working all the time. The problem that I'm constantly dealing with is, okay, so I'm providing the pickup and I'm providing the drop in the night. How does the girl go? Is it safe to send her with just the male driver? No, it isn't. So what should we do? Okay, let's get a female guard with her. But then the parent of the journalist then turns around and asks us, but it's okay. So the two girls are going to come back, but remember the woman guard is going to go back alone. How are you preventing? How are you keeping the woman guard safe? So it's a constant. So the girls are as competitive. The work environment is absolutely fine. There is no bias. There is no, none of the conventional women in the workforce problem. But just the sheer logistics of working, that hasn't changed. And that's actually getting worse.
I think this brings us also to the second part of the debate, which is the systemic changes that are required. Everyone's been talking since the morning about it. That, easier finance, easier ways to set up companies, easier, there's so many different aspects which only an entrepreneur can perhaps understand in terms of, when you're building something on your own.